Hi everybody! Playing some Knights of the Old Republic 2, going through the female exile playthrough, Jeannie Jefferson. Let's get through and into this. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Let's go.
You interrupting me for a reason? I have a lot of work to do, to manage here, right? So, what is it? My boss is the Hut Voga. I oversee the docks for Voga's freighters. Voga is here in dock area, on north side. Yes, but no work for pilots while ships get hijacked. Kotor and his exchange hijacks Voga's ships. Hurts business. For money, I assume. We don't know how he does it. Every ship we send out, he gets. Fine, but you hurry up. I have a lot to do. What do you want to know about exchange? Why you speak with exchange, huh? No matter. You do not decide when to speak to them. Exchange decide to speak to you. But best you keep hidden and not speak with exchange. You not want their attention, I think, huh?
Ulga kili but malia nuis. But malia lechona jijiska una corda saborako. Ulga kili but malia nuis.
Dawancha mori consova. Mawani dinchori kitsodu sobareno.
Poison spread through my
Dorjine
body.
sobawata. Kavadumpa mosora ku.
I have been poisoned.
Tenya. Dachimotu gamsa. Dahirembe wanakum paile mokata. Takom takjus miki mogograbo. Kachi chu esa hodunga. Kavadumpa mosora ku paelia bontenya. Dachimotu gamsa.
Poison spread through my body.
Babotenya go juju viti. Doverinincha rem tabanin sochu. Dachimotu
I have been poisoned.
Kawana bota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalithba. Shanek ma winbok lelen koso.
Is there? Must be hearing things. But for a moment.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
Something up? All right, I'm game. What did you want to show me? All right, I think I've got it. I'll try to practice it when I get the chance.
What? You shouldn't sneak up on an old fella like that. You shouldn't be out of here anyway. This is Kinrath territory. There was a time when seeing a Kinrath was a rare thing. They mostly were around some caves to the south of here. But now, they're everywhere. They're dangerous too. More vicious than they used to be. I'd stay away from the eastern side of the plains. And now that I think about it, stay away from the west too. The west is filled with cat hounds. Dantooine is in a sad state these days. Mostly because the Republic has left us to fend for ourselves. I gave the Republic the best years of my life, and I understand they're under pressure. But I think that they'd be able to spare at least something to help us out. All we get is sympathy. Some law and order, for one thing. Take what I'm doing right now. A couple weeks back, there was an accident here. One of the western fringe farmers was coming to Kunda on his swoop with a load of atmospheric sensors. We found him dead and his swoop bike all banged up. I've come back a couple of times to try to figure out if that's what really happened. I'm one of the Kunda militia. They need all the able bodies they can get. I was a Republic custom inspector before I came back home. Now I'm the closest thing the militia's got to an investigator. I do. The Kinrath are dangerous. But as long as you stay on your swoop bike, there's no way they should catch you. I've carefully searched this area and haven't found anything. So maybe our man just got sloppy. We really need those atmospheric sensors. I don't suppose you'd be willing to keep an eye out for something, hmm? It's technical. I doubt you'd understand it, but I'd really appreciate your help. I doubt you'll be able to find any evidence of what happened here, but you might come across the atmospheric sensors. They have to be somewhere. If you find any of them, just come back here. I'll pay you 1,000 credits for each one you can find, even if they're broken. No idea whatsoever. I figure it's a real long shot you'd ever spot one, but I also figure it wouldn't hurt to ask.
More where that came from. yourself! Defend yourself! This one is mine! This one is mine! More where that came from! Defend yourself! This one is mine! Everyone down! Time to even the odds. Together then! Time to take you down to size. Let's settle this. Where that came from? Poison. This one is mine.
Yes? Is something wrong? Of course. It would be my pleasure. I try to treasure these moments before the next crisis begins. That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know?
Your thoughts are disturbed. I can feel them from a great distance, like a shiver running through you.
This cave is force-sensitive. I've read of places such as this.
Force-sensitive locations such as this absorb and reflect force energy. The crystals are the catalyst here. I sense that Revan once passed through here, leaving a strong impression behind in the crystals. Perhaps future Jedi who visit this cave will feel our presence, as if seeing our footprints preserved in the soil. The crystals here are infused with the Force. Some could be harvested and used for lightsabers. The crystals here do not drain Force energy from Jedi. They collect the excess energy that radiates from those attuned to the Force. The crystals here are infused with the Force. Some could be harvested and used for lightsabers. The crystals here do not drain Force energy from Jedi. They collect the excess energy that radiates from those attuned to the Force. That can hardly be avoided. Even mundane actions of the basest creatures can create detectable ripples in the Force. A Minok beating its wings on the plains could cause a sandstorm in the desert. And figuratively speaking, Jedi have much bigger wings. That would create quite a large impression of yourself, and the crystals would eventually grow back. The crystals here do not drain Force energy from Jedi. They collect the excess energy that radiates from those attuned to the Force.
Say the word. This battle is joint. Together then! Something you need of me? I hear you.
The crystal responds to you. This is very rare indeed. The crystal's bond with you is such that the stronger you become in the Force, the more powerful your crystal will grow. This crystal will make an excellent focus for a lightsaber. Quite the contrary. Picture yourself as a sieve, and the Force as water pouring into you. This crystal draws from the excess water that escapes the sieve. The crystal is in tune with you. It will use whatever water that pours through you, be it dark or light. You scoffed at this gift, but many Jedi would greatly covet such a treasure. No, the crystal has bonded to you. Another Jedi would have little use for it.
I am ready.
Halt, settler. This is a restricted area. How the hell did you get through the Kinrath? You should leave. He's a Jedi Master? Well, the bounty's gonna be that much sweeter then. Nar Shaddaa is paying extremely well for Jedi, especially if they're alive. I'm gonna say this nice and simple for your little calf-hurting head. Unless you want to wind up dead, leave now. I warned you, but I'm glad you didn't listen. Attack, men!
Say the word. I hear you. Everyone, you have me an opening! Let's settle this. More where that came from.
Always rushing into action without thinking of the consequences. What? You're expecting thanks? Kunda is in danger, and you've ruined the best chance of averting a full-scale conflict. When an opponent believes that you are defeated, they no longer consider you a threat, and they relax their guard, become bold. After I was captured, they talked freely of their plans, enough for me to learn their intentions. I need to get to Kunda and warn them. They could be attacked at any moment. The mercenaries have allied themselves with the Exchange and are planning to attack Kunda. They've been holding off for the right moment. And now, since they lost their captive Jedi, they'll attack immediately. I'm going to try to reach Administrator Adari. Time is of the essence.
You are the Jedi I've heard reports of, and I am Azkul, leader of the mercenaries on Dantooine. That is correct, and I want you to help me. According to my reports, I have 4 times as many soldiers as the militia, and I'm committed to taking Kunda. It is inevitable that I will succeed. If you wish to avoid my men eradicating the people of Dantooine, you will make it easier for me to take Kunda. Of course, I will pay well for your services. There are many ways someone with your abilities can aid us. Before the action begins, I have 2 main tasks in mind for you. Disable the gun turrets and the traps. Return to me when you are ready for us to begin.
I see you have found the elusive Master Vrook. He's told me that his rescue complicated our situation to some degree. I can't say that I anticipated that. I thank you for finding him, though. Vrook has informed me that the mercenaries devised a plan of attack to annihilate Kunda itself. I must ask for your aid again, Jedi. Zeron says that even with a plan, the mercenaries have to gather their forces, then coordinate their assault. So we still have time. I'm afraid the militia has not been adequately trained for the task that befalls them. Right now, just us and the militia. I don't want to create a needless panic. But be assured I will make sure that all civilians are warned in time so they can get to safety. Though if we lose this battle, nowhere on Dantooine will be safe for settlers for long. Our militia is effective at peacekeeping, but isn't prepared for a full-scale battle. If you can do anything to ready them for the reality of it, that would be helpful. Besides that, look around Kunda and see what you can do to strengthen our defenses. I know that we don't have the perimeter turrets online, and that alone could make a significant difference. Zeron says there is a considerable chance they will breach Kunda itself. Anything you can do to slow them down could turn the tide of battle. Here is a MasterCard key that will open all of the security doors inside Kunda. Anything that might aid you in your task, please use. Soon, all the civilians will be evacuated. So if you have any business with them, I suggest you take care of it. Whenever you are ready to finalize the defenses, talk with Zeron.
You heard what the administrator said. Each of us has to do what they can to aid in the defense of Kunda. See where you can lend a hand. We'll have time to talk more when this is all over.
Zeron was right about the mercenaries all along. I guess my ego clouded my...
We've been told to provide you with anything you need. We have to keep the...
Better. Thanks.
Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto guru katada. Fiadoratore padano ringatel camarada telefibo nubo de veterana cenirara. Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto guru katada. Fiadoratore padano ringatel camarada telefibo nubo de veterana cenirara. Teriwana jung konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemeno toto rere senisensen. Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan korsada nane gra dell'onuta choloren. Teriwana jung konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemeno toto rere senisensen. Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan korsada nane gra dell'onuta choloren. Teriwana jung konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemeno toto rere senisensen. Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan korsada nane gra dell'onuta choloren.
So it seems one does not need to be in touch with the Force to act with compassion. It may seem like a small act you did, but some things travel, and more good may come from it. I am honored to have seen a Jedi behave as a Jedi. It was not something I still expected to see in this galaxy. As you wish. Let us continue on then.
was right about you. You are trouble, but you might just be the right sort of trouble we need. The mercenaries aren't quick to mobilize, so you have time to do what you need. Or are you ready to finalize the defense plans? We could use people handy with a blaster. Getting people to join the militia for a short stint would be good. We also got a lot of things that could use fixing. It isn't glamorous, but that type of work sometimes makes a load of difference. Just look around. Plenty to be done. Off the top of my head, the 3 turrets outside Kunda are on the blink. They went haywire the other day and wounded some of my men, so we took them offline. The men who were wounded by the turrets are holed up in the med lab, but our medic droid is busted, so they're healing slowly. I've had some men lay traps around Kunda, but nobody here really specializes in demolitions. I'm sure there's some gaps that could be filled. The side security door to Kunda has been malfunctioning as long as I've been here. It may be best to just seal it off lockdown so nobody gets through. We got some broken assault droids that have been collecting dust for the last 5 years. If they were working, it would help a lot with interior defense. If I had it my way, I'd recruit any citizen of Kunda that can hold a blaster. But it's hard to convince peaceful farmers to fight, maybe die for a cause. I don't know for certain. It could be a day or even a week. Depends on how good Azkul is at organizing his men. I'm guessing not so good. Inspecting the perimeter, talking to the troops and coming up with a battle plan. I fought in a war or two, but I'm no general. In my experience, people like you are better at strategy. You want a hand in making the plan, you got it. You sure? Once we're done with that, there may not be any time left before the mercenaries attack. All right, then we got a lot to do. Since you are here to bolster Kunda's defense, I will hurry to the mercenary camp and delay their assault however I can. I imagine that the mercenaries have got 2 goals in this whole thing. Kill me and kill the administrator. The rest of the settlers won't have courage to resist if they succeed. The administrator's locked up in her office tight, which means that the mercs have to go through us and Kunda's defenses. It isn't gonna be easy. I suspect we're gonna have to fight on the inside. They've got 3 entrances they're gonna try and break in. Here's the front door, the security door on the side, and the garage door in back. We got 3 squads of militia. We can assign people to the front, back, or inside. Backside has to guard 2 entrances. The front will have to fight more people, and the inside will have to deal with any that break through. So, where do you think the first squad should be deployed? First squad is most experienced. The only squad that could go blaster to blaster against the mercs. Second squad has a lot of passion, but no experience. Third squad is new and not trained too well, and they may break in combat. They need a good leader to make them effective. So, where do you think the first squad should be deployed? First squad is most experienced. The only squad that could go blaster to blaster against the mercs. Second squad has a lot of passion, but no experience. Third squad is new and not trained too well, and they may break in combat. They need a good leader to make them effective. So, where do you think the first squad should be deployed? The battles that had the least dying were always led by Jedi. I'm gonna go with what you think. Where do you want the second squad?
All right. Where do you want the third squad, the new recruits? Fine by me. The last question is, where do you want to go? Either the front or the back. I'll take whichever one you don't. That way both sides have leadership. That's what I was thinking too. The main group of mercenaries will be coming through there. Probably be good to put our best soldier there. Once the fighting starts, you gotta stay in your area. We both have to guard our half of the battlefield. Come over to me and the mercs will just charge straight into Kunda. Thanks to you, they're gonna have a tougher job. That's about it. Now we just need to dig in and wait for the mercs to come. But I'll tell them what's there to do. I'm not much for words. All right, I'll assemble the men. I hope you can speak good. I don't have the words. That was really something. I think any one of them would take a blaster bolt for you now. Let's get ready for the mercenaries. If we fall here, all of Dantooine falls with us.
Tell me what you see, soldier.
They're mobilizing the militia. Looks like a lot of activity down there.
They've been warned. It won't be of any use. The plan doesn't change. Captains, prepare your men. Their leader, Administrator Tarina, must not survive the battle. Everything else is secondary to that objective.
I'm listening.
I am ready to work. Say the word.
Something you need of me?
We've lost too many soldiers. Fall back inside.
So you're the Jedi. I take it you are responsible for the surprises we've had during this battle. Stand aside. Our quarrel is with a distinguished administrator. This isn't your problem. Then you've allied with these flaming settlers. The galaxy doesn't tolerate weakness. I was trained at Malak's academy. Your tricks won't work on me. You're just another dead Jedi to me.
Sorry I was held up, but it looks like I've arrived in time to pull you out of your predicament.
Kill them all.
I am ready. Say the word. Just say the word.
Something you need of me?
Thank you so much for your aid. You can be sure that Dantooine will not forget how the Jedi protected us from this place.
And it looks like we've got a quick game crashing bug. Yay. Hopefully can jump back into it. Let's get into this, everyone. Here we go.
I hear you. Some say the word.
Thank you so much for your aid. You can be sure that Dantooine will not forget how the Jedi protected us from this place. We are a humble community, and this conflict has greatly diminished our resources. I hope this reward will be sufficient. Thank you again, brave Jedi. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much work to do. Dantooine will be slow to rebuild, but I am confident now that we will one day achieve prosperity.
Kunda is safe in no small part due to you. I feel certain that the Administrator wouldn't have made it without your assistance. I may have misjudged you. In any case, I am free to talk about whatever you wish. There are a few of us left, but I do not even know if the others still live. We may be the last. We've been forced to divide our forces and retreat to places which will be difficult for our enemies to detect and attack. We have chosen to hide our presences from each other, so that the discovery of one will not endanger the others. We cannot. We have resolved not to until we have found where the Sith are striking from. But even as our numbers thin, there is still no trace of them. We had hoped to outmaneuver them. By letting them believe themselves victorious, we thought they would become bold and step from the shadows. Then, all of us who remained vowed to meet here on Dantooine. From here, we can plan a course of action and carry the battle to them. But so far, they remain in hiding, and Jedi continue to vanish and die. You have more questions for me? We are at war, but it is unlike any war we have fought before. We have yet to even meet our attackers in battle. Somehow our enemy is targeting us through the Force, striking, then retreating to the shadows. The gathering of any Jedi seems to attract them like a beacon. So it was necessary to divide our forces and conceal ourselves for a time until we could learn more of this threat. Great tragedies, old battlegrounds. Places of suffering all leave wounds on the galaxy and in the Force. In such places, the deaths of so many echo. So much so that it is difficult to center oneself. By coming here, those echoes serve to mask my presence, allowing me to investigate the ruins and try to find some clues as to who our attackers are. The Miraluka world of Kotor taught us a terrible lesson. Many Jedi gathered there in an attempt to use the Force to find the location of the enemy. Now the planet is no more. Master Zar, Master Dorak, and many more perished there, and we do not know why or how. But all life on the planet ceased to exist. I was not on Kotor when it was destroyed, but now that it is dead, it has left its echo, like Dantooine. It was after Kotor that the few of us left realized that wherever we gathered, we were placing others in danger, not just Jedi. Great tragedies, old battlegrounds. Places of suffering all leave wounds on the galaxy and in the Force. In such places, the deaths of so many echo. So much so that it is difficult to center oneself. By coming here, those echoes serve to mask my presence, allowing me to investigate the ruins and try to find some clues as to who our attackers are. The Miraluka world of Kotor taught us a terrible lesson. Many Jedi gathered there in an attempt to use the Force to find the location of the enemy. Now the planet is no more. Master Zar, Master Dorak, and many more perished there, and we do not know why or how. But all life on the planet ceased to exist. I was not on Kotor when it was destroyed, but now that it is dead, it has left its echo, like Dantooine. It was after Kotor that the few of us left realized that wherever we gathered, we were placing others in danger, not just Jedi. You have more questions for me? We were not in hiding, despite what you believe. This threat is striking through the Force. There's a reason that we cannot detect it. It is somehow masking its presence from us. I do not know. There are techniques in the Force that hide one's presence and thoughts from other Force users. But I do not believe that such techniques alone would be capable of hiding the enemies we face. It does not seem possible. Jedi sanctuaries, places of learning, conclaves, many of them secret, have been attacked. That requires that our enemy knew of our whereabouts, or had access to records and holocrons from the Enclave here on Dantooine. There was much Jedi teaching buried here before the planet was attacked. In the hands of our enemies, such knowledge could be used to track and kill Jedi, find other enclaves, gathering places. And so much has been plundered from here that now many secrets of the Jedi have been spread throughout the galaxy. So I did what I could, attempting to let myself be captured. I hoped that it would lead me to the Sith and the stolen artifacts. The Sith attacked this place once, and only they would seek the death of the Jedi with such obsession, and be able to be as successful as they have. With the destruction of Dantooine, it is difficult to sense the presence of any Force users here. If any Sith are here, I cannot detect them. Yes, perhaps I wish to see this place one more time. It has changed much, as I knew it had, but I had to see it for myself. You have more questions for me? Because you defied the Council and followed Revan to war. And from that war came another. Do you know how many worlds were destroyed in those wars? Dantooine, Telos, Sirocco? Do you see now why we counseled caution instead of action? You were the only one to come back and face judgment. But that was because you had lost your connection to the Force. Another casualty of war. No doubt you still blame us for your exile. I had hoped your isolation would give you time to reflect on what had happened, what you had done. But I see it as not. You have more questions for me? We did nothing to you. Accuse us if you will, but it will not change the truth. Cutting one off from the Force. Such punishments are reserved for only a few. Although it was within our power, we did not inflict such a loss upon you. Your loss was a casualty of war, no more. Perhaps that is a question you should ask yourself. It is not something I could help you with, even if I wanted to. Perhaps it is Dantooine, but I do not feel such from you. I feel nothing but what I felt in the Council Judgment Chamber on Coruscant so long ago. Still, you and your connections were often a subject of debate in the Council. It is possible that returning to known space, journeying with others, has caused the Force to stir within you again. You have more questions for me? You have seen the end of your trial. Perhaps you would like to explain how you came to this knowledge. That was intended only for the Jedi Council. If what remains of the Council chooses to tell you, then I will abide by their decision and its consequences. Are you listening? I can't tell you more. The knowledge would not help you anyway. You have more questions for me? Have they? I've seen no evidence of them upon Dantooine. Only murderers and raiders. Why would they attack you? You are no Jedi. You cannot feel the Force. Perhaps it is Dantooine, but I do not feel such from you. I feel nothing but what I felt in the Council Judgment Chamber on Coruscant so long ago. Still, you and your connections were often a subject of debate in the Council. It's possible that returning to known space, journeying with others, has caused the Force to stir within you again. Though it seems unlikely the Sith would bother with you. For some reason, I believe you. Still, I am curious as to how they would know to find you. Your trial was not public knowledge. Regardless, these Sith have struck, and you survived. This is more knowledge than I had before. And that means the Jedi may gather. If you can find others, or find some trace of the Sith threat, then we shall gather here on Dantooine. And from there we may decide what can be done. You have more questions for me? I suppose there is something I should show you. It will keep you alive long enough to prove useful. I'm only going to demonstrate this once. This is the Sheen form, a defensive stance that's good when you're outnumbered, which is most of the time. This form will increase your ability to deflect blaster fire, and it increases the odds of dealing critical strikes against your attackers. I don't know how you learned that so quickly. Still, your form is sloppy. Keep practicing to tighten it up and you'll be fine.
Yes? Is something wrong? Of course. It would be my pleasure. I try to treasure these moments before the next crisis begins. That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know? listening.
Diagnostic? For some reason, I cannot fire. Obvious statement. This was not anticipated. I am attempting to access my weapon systems, and I cannot. Alarmed embarrassment. If this gets back to the other units, we will be decommissioned. Systems failing, Master. Query, is there someone that you need killed, Master? Answer. Many organic meatbags find that question difficult to answer, Master. But I believe I can provide you with a satisfactory definition. Definition. Love is making a shot to the knees of a target 120 kilometers away using an Aerotech sniper rifle with a tri-light scope. Statement. This definition, I am told, is subject to interpretation. Obviously, love is a matter of odds. Not many meatbags could make such a shot. And strangely enough, not many meatbags would derive love from it. Yet for me, love is knowing your target, putting them in your targeting reticle, and together achieving a singular purpose against statistically long odds. Statement. Ah, you wish to conduct an interrogation? Very well, proceed. Statement. Master, I am no behavior droid, but it is obvious to me that you have serious ethical problems that will need to be treated at some point. Very well, ask your questions. If you feel the need to make it an interrogation, however, do not restrain yourself. I would be saddened if you held back. Query. Indeed, I was unaware that the navicomputer was locked. Statement. Yes, I heard it was voice printed. Most curious. Statement. I suppose so, Master, but I would need to know who voice-locked it, and regrettably, I do not have that knowledge. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid for its class. Statement. Ah, more questions. Wonderful.
Jedi. Jedi. Betrayer. All thoughts of me will slide from your vision, from your mind, like water. You know who I am, but you will be unable to voice it, to remember it. What does a Jedi see? Only what I allow them to see. Here, you felt it, did you not? The time to hide your presence is coming to a close, and you will need to increase your training. You are ready. Your training must increase, and there are higher mysteries you must learn. But only you must know the path you will take. I cannot choose it for you. Is it battle that stirs you? To meet an enemy blade upon blade? Such is the way of the greatest of Jedi warriors, the weapon masters. Or perhaps it is investigating the mysteries of the galaxy, seeking out injustice and harm, and bringing it into the light. Such is the way of the Jedi Watchman in the time of Ulic Qel-Droma and Exar Kun. Or perhaps your way lies upon the ancient mysteries, and to teach others the ways of the Force, as I have, the way of the Jedi Masters. It is not some great test you require to be what you strive to be. It is only your decision to find that path that matters. From here on, you guide your destiny. But in order to take the next steps, you must face your past and put it to rest. Yes? Have you come with questions? That crystal is bonded to you. Through you, it acquires its character and strength, and through it, your power is enhanced. Should your power increase or your resolve change, speak to me again about this matter, and I will help you refocus your crystal. Is there something else you wished? I know her as much as I know any Jedi. If you have other questions, you may ask those, but on Atris, I can provide you no answers that you cannot find on your own. Ask, and I will answer. Ignorance. And perhaps they do not remember or care. It is of no consequence to me or to them. Am I? Then perhaps you should know. There are techniques in the Force, where one can cloud the memory of others, make their presence so small as to be unnoticed. And on the worlds where we have encountered these Jedi, there is much life and death, where sensing such things is difficult. As I said, it is of no consequence to me or to them. No, but if I did, you would never know. So my words only carry as much worth as you believe them to. But perhaps you will understand this, that perhaps it is important to me that you see me and my actions uncloaked. It is important that your judgments, whether be good or bad, stem from seeing me as I truly am. Then you are learning quickly. Distrust is an effective shield and should be carried always. Ask, and I will answer.
Ugh, the stink here in the refugee sector is worse than the rest of Nar Shaddaa. Geraktada cemente bingarukutu. Derintu runto wakare kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsadara nane gra delunuta choloren. Teriwana jun konata della guno tunna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranchinga. Derace wemenoto torere senesenten.
Are you crazy? That was exchange muscle. When they hear about this, they'll come back a dozen strong and tear you limb from limb. All right. What'd you want to know? Jedi Master? Are you crazy? There aren't any more Jedi running around, let alone Masters. But you're serious, aren't you? All right, well, look. If I were a Jedi, I'd be where I could help people. As for where that happens on Nar Shaddaa, I have no idea. The bounty hunters don't have any one place where they stick around. Best thing I can tell you is if you want to find one, get a bounty on your head and then wait. Jedi Master? Are you crazy? There aren't any more Jedi running around, let alone Masters. But you're serious, aren't you? All right, well, look. If I were a Jedi, I'd be where I could help people. As for where that happens on Nar Shaddaa, I have no idea. Are you serious? All right. I must be doing something right for you to come along and bail me out like you did.
Let's not make this a habit. I don't want your good nature rubbing off on me.
Dawa Josimu Poindorakawa Ichirendumu Moparama Kawana Abawasi. You Kroren Wan Mapusiti Nolara. Dawa Josimu Poindorakawa Ichirendumu Moparama Kawana Abawasi. You Kroren Wan Mapusiti Nolara. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu es rectonatada ber mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu es rectonatada ber mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra. Taranamo sibu indasarans. Crema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Dawa Josimu Poindorakawa Ichirendumu Moparama Kawana Abawasi. You Kroren Wan Mapusiti Nolara. Taranamo sibu indasarans. Crema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Sarda chornilo tabe duana mataka nus dogulupan. Daka prota gocha jarkomati sochpan dorcha. Yotachi sabarinish. Krimso anatis chi norta hirembechok. Wendindo bay. Machi tu pacha machalo aba. Dona sinto noraki pashakani. Koparodunga nimisindo shoka. Mushka me torundi. Juba me mesing. Ratzakman prata.
Tonoranga manakaran, ipo inshawa. Dawa Josimu Poendo Rakawa Ichi Rendumo Mopa Rama Kawana Abawasi. You Kroren Wan Mapusiti Nolara. Moka Kamaran Endoso Ran with no Chabi. Tu Rantamana Sobu. Mishasa Achuto Gonkura, Tawinti Malare. Dakaprota Gocha, Jarkomati Sochpan Lorcha, Yota Chisabarinish. Uba Volpa Holosha, Chuba Dosojibicha, Krota Short Nachinomak. Crimso anatis ci norta hirembechok, wendindo bay. Uba volpa holosha, chuba dosojibicha, krota short nachino mak. Jabalakish, Tochimaka, Lotologo Besanus, Misash Lochut. Tonoranga manakaran, ipo inshawa. Dawa Josimu Poendo Rakawa Ichi Rendumo Mopa Rama Kawana Abawasi. You Kroren Wan Mapusiti Nolara. Moka Kamaran Endoso Ran with no Chabi. Tu Rantamana Sobu.
I swear, these players must have skippers up their sleeves.
These tables are gonna bleed me dry.
Bota su, molampas teramak, dorin krumagawan. Kichu no cada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupanaret atamakcha.
Me?
Joanna masaranka ma ramazurata, keso juskrita lorsa, yumacha foeko mikojira.
Febko Emariam ga Wakasitu Insula Rakarakachata. Tamaso Kinchuda Wanka. Mopi Unawana si Chokoratawa. Gawa Josinu Poindo Rakawa Ichirendu Momopa Ramakawana Abawasi. You Kroren Wan Mapusiti Nolara.
Oh, hello. You have caught me at a rare time. Usually there are many players who seek to play, but you are fortunate to have caught me at a moment of quiet. I fear it is because I am simply not a skilled Pazak player. I'm afraid protocol droid skills and language interpretation are not something that lend themselves to Pazak and probability. Why, I cannot help myself. In fact, every time I seek to find the answer to that question, I am consumed with the need to come here and play Pazak. I am concerned that the problem may lie with my memory core. Without routine memory wipes, you know, such degradation is known to occur, leading to instabilities. I fear my obsession with Pazak is one such corruption. I am not sure I wish it fixed. I do find some degree of satisfaction in playing. Would you like to play? Oh, hello. You have caught me at a rare time. Usually there are many players who seek to play, but you are fortunate to have caught me at a moment of quiet. I fear it is because I am simply not a skilled Pazak player. I'm afraid protocol droid skills and language interpretation are not something that lend themselves to Pazak and probability. Why, I cannot help myself. In fact, every time I seek to find the answer to that question, I am consumed with the need to come here and play Pazak. I am concerned that the problem may lie with my memory core. Without routine memory wipes, you know, such degradation is known to occur, leading to instabilities. I fear my obsession with Pazak is one such corruption. I am not sure I wish it fixed. I do find some degree of satisfaction in playing. Would you like to play? Why, you are quite correct. If you are indeed skilled, then I would not mind a quick look.
I used to work on droids like this in the war. Let me take a look. Here's the problem. It's just a matter of changing out this and reconnecting this.
Oh, that feels much better. I cannot believe I went on and on about such a foolish game. Thank you, truly thank you. Thank you for repairing me. I feel ever so much better now.
Toloranda Manakan, Ipo Inshawa.
We just got this message on the Camlink. Looks like trouble. I think this is something everyone will want to hear. The droid's the one who picked up the message. He's got it all ready to display. Well, good thing it's not a trap.
No, Atten. I think it may be a trap.
Could you please lighten up for 1 second?
It may be a trap, but traps work both ways. This Visquis, his kind is spread through the lower reaches of Nar Shaddaa, and he may have information. But the choice is yours. If you go, you will have to go alone.
It's just off the docks, near one of the far traffic pylons. He's got you at a disadvantage there, though. The place is filled with cyanogen gas. One whiff of that and it'll be the last breath you take. You'll need something to allow you to breathe there, and disguise you from the other patrons. You're right. Without breathing and skin protection, you'll be dead in seconds. Besides, you'll need a full bodysuit if you want to remain disguised. Like I said, a human walking around in there isn't gonna get a warm reception. No droids either. There's a lot of electromagnetic activity in the area. Screws with comlinks and behavior cores. Don't be surprised if your auto map starts showing static either. Well, I wouldn't keep him waiting. If you got his attention, you probably attracted the attention of someone else.
Paramakawana kojugitsa. Moka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Durantamana sobu. In Wamagro, may rangana noluta. Moka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Durantamana sobu. Febko emareyam ga watasitu insula rakarakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Mopi unawana si chokoratawa. Donos emaragith. Wana rakora chidrum ka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata. Moka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Durantamana sobu. Ansana cha. Tu esfrectona tada gachat. In Wamagro. May rangana noluta. Donos emaragith. Wana rakora chidrum ka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu esfrectona tada ber mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra. Machabi doko. Tonaranga manachunga. Tarana mosibu indasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Hey, look, I wanted to tell you. Be careful. I won't be able to contact you via the Comlink if something happens. And I'm betting that Squidhead knows it. Look, take these. They're antidote packs. If your suit gets breached, you'll need to inject them fast if you don't want your lungs to seize up. And trust me, once the seizures start, you'll be dead. Watch yourself, and don't be too long. I'll keep an eye out here until you return. And I know just the place.
So, you're the big Jedi that everyone's been talking about. You don't look so tough to me. I thought you Jedi were supposed to be smart, and here you are running around Nar Shaddaa sticking your lightsaber into everyone's business. What, were you planning to save everyone on this moon? You're attracting more attention than a fleet of Sith warships. I'm Mira. I'm the best bounty hunter in this system, and that's not me bragging, that's fact. I had you in my sights ever since you landed. I've been watching you run all over the refugee sector like a bantha, and for someone with a price on their head as high as yours, you sure don't know how to keep a low profile. Look, I know that squid-head Visquis sent you a message to meet him in the Jek-Jek-Tar. He works for Godo, and it's a trap. I'm betting he's gonna lure you in there, start a fight, and then he's gonna wrap you up and deliver you to Goto, dead, claiming you attacked him. Just this. I know you're meeting with Visquis. If I know about it, that means everybody else on this moon knows about it, or will soon enough. And when that happens, the bounty hunter truce is off. That means things are gonna get real ugly real quick. I think your friends are the ones in trouble.
Well, this sure beats staying on the ship. A few drinks to keep me on my toes, a few games of Pazak to keep the mind alert. Should be enough to keep me out of trouble until our fearless leader straightens things out. Give me a hit of Juma, and keep 'em coming. Well, looks like staying on the ship was a bad idea after all. That's what I love about Nar Shaddaa, the company. So, I don't think I caught your names. You two work here, or?
Manansa kapuna wasiro toke. Ni juva maari kike ma. Wanatu mobayes? Dorcha no banka ni honkades?
Yeah? What happened to your master?
Kichu no kada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupanaret atamakcha. Wanatu mobayes? Dorcha no banka ni honkades? Kichu no kada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupanaret atamakcha.
No, actually, I'm here protecting someone, keeping them out of trouble, by acting as a distraction for people looking to harm her. Because with assassins like you two running around Nar Shaddaa, I think you're another problem my friend doesn't need.
Tawanti malawe? Kono wisoto randa krani? Kawanabota atagwa kanka dira. Yutaka alwanji umaliba. Tues mahawika si wawanta mo go ika wansoba. Wakama nurawa. Tahupo boteño go jucho picha. Gwem taba ni sochu. Norotoga proto lala shishi. Jubadosa jibacha. Ratak mansan. Tokosha na chitolo.
Why don't you two Shuddas try it and we'll see what happens?
Mosicho minton baramba tinito. Dos krapa. Podyipa jopa wanadin. Choriko so. Beteño chorana socha. Molira slima podwana. Wamba wamba siso misun kun rakawakta. Nushka wana sochi rona bang mamakan.
Well everyone, should I say a big thank you for all of you watching. It has been so fun. Let's see if this works. Oh, okay, that does work. Not very bright though. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It's been so fun as we've been playing this game, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I don't like this LED light, I've got to say. It's been so good. Big shout out to everyone who's been chatting in chat, including Fabian, Mark, Ben and Ruben. You're all absolute legends, and I will be catching you all in the next one. So thank you all for being so awesome as we've been playing this amazing game, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. That is it from me though, so bye everybody, have a beautiful time. And the reason that we're stopping here, I just thought I'd say it before we ended, is because I want the start of the next one to be really action-packed. That's right, so I want to have it kind of be like get go and interesting straight from the beginning. So please don't forget to enable notifications, hype this video, jump into the next one, all of those important things that truly need to be done, because that is the game. Anyway, you all rock. That's enough from me. Go and join the Discord as well. Well, say hi in there. False ending 2, over. Wait, ending 2, over. Bye everyone.